This is example 5 from the Adding and Subtracting Rational Expressions lab. We want to add and subtract these fractions. So we'll find our LCD. So we're going to keep one of each unique factor, and each of that and that multiplied together will be our LCD. So here we have 2, which is unique. We have x plus 1. Here we have 7 and x minus 2. From here we already have 7, so we don't need to include it, and we already have x plus 1, so we don't need to include it. So this right here is our LCD. Simplifying a little bit, we have 14, 2 times 7 is 14, times x plus 1 times x minus 2. So this is our LCD that we want to put on the denominator of each of these fractions so that we can write it as one whole fraction. So, going from the top, for 3 over 2x plus 1, we need to multiply it by a factor that is essentially 1, but that has the factors that create this denominator. So we have 2x plus 1, but we don't have 7 or x minus 2, so I'll multiply it by 7 times x minus 2 over 7 times x minus 2. And moving on to this next fraction, for x over 7 times x minus 2, we have the factors of 7 and x minus 2, but we don't have 2 and x plus 1, so we're going to multiply by 2 times x plus 1 over 2 times x plus 1. Then moving down here, for this negative 4 over 7 times x plus 1, we have 7 and x plus 1, but we don't have 2 and x minus 2. So we're going to multiply this fraction by 2 and x minus 2. So times 2 and x minus 2. And now we're just going to essentially simplify this all out. So this first fraction, when we multiply out the numerator, 3 times 7 is 21, times this x minus 2, over the LCD, which is this 14 times x plus 1 times x minus 2. I'm just going to write it as LCD for simplification purposes. And now for x times 2 times x plus 1, we have 2x times x plus 1 over our LCD. Subtract. For this last fraction, we have 4 times 2 times x minus 2, so that's 8 times x minus 2, all over our LCD. So, simplifying the numerators once again, 21 times x times negative 2, we get 21x minus 42. And 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x plus times 1 is plus 2x over LCD. And then minus 8 times x times negative 2, so we get 8x, and subtraction, 16 over our LCD. And because all of these are the same, we can rewrite it as a giant fraction. So we have 21x minus 42 plus 2x squared plus 2x minus 8x minus 16 all over our LCD. And simplifying the numerator again, we're going to put this 2x squared at the top because there's nothing similar to it. So we've essentially simplified that. There are 3 numbers under the denomination of x. So 21x plus 2x minus 8 will be 15x. And then negative 42. Remember this negative distributes, that's a plus 16. So negative 42 plus 16 will be negative 26. This is all over LCD, which I will write now as 14 times x plus 1 times x minus 2. And this fraction does not simplify.